What's going on YouTube, it's Jason, and in this video we're going to be discussing whether Whoop is now the best wearable in the world. Now, I've had my Whoop for about 4 months. I think next week will be 4 months. So let's say 3 months, 3 weeks, whatever. And I have to say, at the beginning, I was really impressed with how much data Whoop had available. It could track your body temperature, your heart rate variability, your stress levels, and your sleep. But it went into such granular detail that me being a fitness geek, I fell in love with it, to be honest. Like, I always say that if you can't track something, you can't change it. Whether that's your fitness journey, money, your bank account, investment, business, whatever. Everything relies on data, and this Whoop band doesn't hold back when it comes to data. But one of the criticisms I had of the Whoop band was that it didn't track your steps. Now, for me, I think that's absolutely absurd. It's 2024 and you've got a wearable that doesn't track your steps. We know how important steps are when it comes to things like your metabolism and your day-to-day calorie burn. It's how I decide how many calories I want to consume day to day. And so the fact that the founder of Whoop decided not to include steps with the initial band and say that steps aren't that important, for me was a major red flag. Like, steps are known across the board to be very important, and I just reckon they couldn't find a way to implement it, and so essentially made excuses. Anyways, fast forward a few months, they have now put in steps as part of their beta offering. Now, it is only in the beta stage and it's not perfect by any means. Matter of fact, it's quite wildly off. Like, when I looked at the data between my step count on my Whoop band and my step count on my Apple Watch, it was sometimes different by like 3,000 to 5,000 steps per day. It's still very early days and they still need to do a lot to tweak it. But for me, if the Whoop band now tracks steps, then I would say it's overtaken the Apple Watch. The one thing the Apple Watch has over the Whoop is that it tells the time and it actually has a screen. If you want an all-in watch, then maybe the Apple Watch is still favorable because it tells the time, it syncs with your phone, and it has some data. But if you are looking to optimize your health and fitness, then with this new feature, I would say the Whoop band definitely has the edge. Now, when it comes to data, I did consider getting an alternative. Before my best mate recommended the Whoop band, I actually was considering the Oura Ring. A few of the footballers started to use it, and it's another wearable which is data rich. My only issue with it, and this still remains, is that in order to charge the Oura Ring, you need to actually take the ring off. And these wearables, the Oura Ring and the Whoop in particular, they rely heavily on data. The second you start removing it and you take it off, you're not getting the full benefits of it because you need to wear it 24/7 to really see what's going on with your body. But the Whoop, and this is where I think it has the edge, has this smart charging device that, yes, you can charge on a USB, but it actually clips to the watch. And so it charges on the move. And again, as a wearable that tracks your data around the clock, this is an absolute game changer. Also, with the Oura Ring, I didn't feel it offered as much as Whoop in terms of data, but from what I've read in terms of reviews, the data itself that you do get is more accurate. So now Whoop have added this main step feature, which, to be honest, was my main criticism of the band. And the second thing is that the Whoop doesn't track steps. I found this absolutely mind-blowing. Are there any more criticisms that still remain? Well, yes. Number one, and this is from personal experience, I would say the sleep feature on Whoop needs a bit of work. Like, I love the fact that it kind of distinguishes between your time in bed and quality sleep, but it seems like anytime you wake up in the night, like even move and maybe your heart rate goes up, which is perfectly normal, it shows as like a break in sleep and like time awake. And so you get times where you like lie in bed for 8 hours and you wake up feeling refreshed, but it says you've only slept for like 4 hours. I think it's a bit too sensitive, and it feels like at times you have to sleep for like 10 hours just to actually get your 8 hours sleep, which isn't realistic for most people and not really necessary. Like, if it actually was able to distinguish between Jason has got out of bed and gone to the loo, or got up to read a book and just maybe roused slightly out of sleep, I think that would be life-changing. Next criticism, which I think, it doesn't have to work on, but I'd probably say it would definitely take it head and shoulders above any other wearable, whether you track data or not, is a screen. Like, it is quite annoying that I have to go into the app every single time to check my data. On the Apple Watch, I can just flick my wrist, press a button, and everything is there for me. And obviously the last one is price. Now, I'm not someone that really complains about spending money on my health, but the thought that in 10 years time I would have spent $3,000 on a watch is a bit crazy. Like, for a little bit more money, as I said in the last video, I could have got a Rolex. So I know it's obviously an ongoing subscription and I can compare it to the gym, but I'm not used to paying for a watch or a wearable monthly. I like the idea that I can pay one off and that's the end of it. But I guess I could get over it because pretty much everything nowadays is paid on by a monthly subscription. Like gym membership, Netflix, Spotify, it's all monthly rolling, and so this just feels like another one of those bills. So yeah, I think that this new step feature pretty much puts Whoop at the front of the queue when it comes to wearables. But I would say they do need to fine tune it. Thank God it's in the beta stage, because I don't want to be told that I'm burning more calories than I am. It's not going to help me, and I want to end up overeating more likely than not. Anyways, don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful. Comment below, let me know how you got on with the step feature. Let me know if you've compared it to your Apple Watch or your iPhone and the differences in the data, if there was any. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to follow me on this journey, and I'll see you again soon.